Nats coverage here on 106.7 The Fan. Tune in at 10 for exclusive Nats pregame coverage live from Nationals Park with Grant and Danny. Then at 1:30, it's 95 Express Lanes pregame live, brought to you by the University of Maryland, University College. So you can get your Nats fix all day long here on 106.7 The Fan.
All right, this always happens on Friday. I hear that song, I get excited, and then I remember, well, that just means Kevin's on the phone.
JP.
Then I get sad.
Hey, JP.
Hey, Kevin.
JP. Hey, Kiki.
All right, so I have a dilemma today, Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah.
I really want to see Gone Girl, but there's two things going. First of all, the Orioles play at 12.
Right.
And then the Nats play at 3. So
Right.
the day's wiped out. And if I wait till Tuesday, it's only $5 Tuesday at the Regal Cinema. And I can save like $6.
Here's the problem with Tuesday, Jason, is I guarantee you some listener is going to ruin the ending for you, or the twists for you at some point. So,
Well, why did you say that? Now, of course they are.
No, well, you know, you and I were texting about that yesterday. I'm telling you right now, just stay away from all that. Trust me on that.
I can't control what they say on the text machine
Kevin,
unless I turn it off.
Who are the Nats facing in the playoffs today at Nationals
They're
Park?
definitely facing the Giants.
All right, so tell me,
I'm impressed.
David Fincher is legit, right?
David Fincher is one of the most consistent filmmakers working today. I mean, this movie, Gone Girl, Eric, I think you'll be blown away by it. I mean, it's one of those movies that it's a murder mystery. It's like right up Eric's alley. Jason, you're going to love it too. I think everyone will love it. It's based on the 2012 best-selling novel by Gillian Flynn, who also adapted and wrote the screenplay for the film. And Fincher, we all know, he did Fight Club and Seven and Social Network and Zodiac and The Game. He's one of the best working today. And keeping this totally spoiler-free, essentially, it's a husband and wife, Nick and Amy, played by Rosamund Pike and Ben Affleck. The wife goes missing, and the husband essentially is starting to get blamed for the disappearance of his wife. That's all I'm really going to say.
He's the number one suspect.
Yeah, he's the number one suspect. Everybody's eyes are on him. So the film is brilliant because it finds like this sick, sadistic, dark, twisted tone, and then it infuses it with like this strange comedy. Like you're going to be laughing like a lot throughout the movie, but in a strange way where you almost feel bad about it. You feel bad about like laughing at a lot of the jokes that are happening in the film, but it's purposely done that way because the whole movie is really done in the sense of it's criticisms on media and how media affects our modern justice system, and how it's a really, really interesting look into marriage. I mean, I know a lot of people. It's a really heightened scale on that. Obviously, it's not realistic, but there's a lot of commentary on marriage and commentary on media, and I think it's fascinating. But all mixed in with this amazing murder mystery story where you have no idea what's going on. Where is his wife? Is she dead? Is she not dead? And it's one of those things where once you're done watching the film, I was so blown away. I did not read the book, so I knew nothing going in whatsoever. I was completely blind to anything that was going to happen. So it was just one of those experiences where like I was like shouting, I was yelling at the screen. Like it's one of those things where you just can't really control it because you're so excited about what's going on. I think it's a movie that will blow people away. If you haven't read the book, if you have read the book, I've heard that it's still equally as good, but the shock value isn't really there because
Let me ask you this: are there twists at the end of it?
There's like 3 or 4 twists.
Okay.
I'm
I
not
like
gonna say
movies
where
with
they
twists.
There's a million of them, but
I don't like predictability.
if you predict what's going on in this film, but without reading anything, Jason, I'll be surprised. I'll be really surprised. I mean, it's not on the level of like The Sixth Sense, because that was like one of the greatest twist endings of all time, but it's definitely up there. I mean, Eric, I think this is a movie that you'll go see like in the afternoon one day. You're going to text me and go, "That was unbelievable."
No, I want to see it. I don't think I'm going to see it today, obviously.
Right.
I saw your interview on Fox with Affleck and the chick,
Pike,
and I heard her say this was her first movie. How did they cast her, and how did she do? Where'd she come from?
Well, she's most known for her role in The Leftovers, which is like this big show on HBO with Justin Theroux.
Drab loves it. Terrible show.
Her name is Carrie Coon. This is her first major film, and as we mentioned in the interview this morning, thank you for watching, Eric. The David Fincher does like dozens upon dozens of takes. So, for example, if you saw Social Network, the opening scene of that movie was shot 99 times. So he shoots dozens upon dozens of takes, and she was talking about the fact that
So annoying.
she was that.
Yeah. You think the actors weren't Rick?
Well, we don't have to watch the 99 takes.
This is 95th take. It's not good enough yet.
That sounds like me shooting my Crop Metcalf commercial.
Imagine shooting an episode of Table Manners 99 times.
No.
Literally
They'd have to pay us
I'd
much
quit.
more.
I would just quit.
No, I can relate. When I shot that Crop Metcalf commercial, I was so bad that I would have to do 20, 30 takes of like a 3-second scene.
But the thing is, Eric, it's not even the actor's choice. It's literally the director. Like
I know.
Clint Eastwood does 1 or 2 takes. That's all he ever does. He believes in taking the first take he gets. Fincher believes that you can find the greatness in the performance. Dude, in the movie Panic Room, he shot a scene over 100 times. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Forrest Whitaker was bitter. Had to be.
I think Kristen Stewart and Jodie Foster were definitely a little salty.
How good is Affleck in this?
Affleck's amazing, and listen, I think Affleck. He's been scrutinized by the media for many, many years. But once he started directing, like Gone Baby Gone and The Town and Argo, I think people started taking him really seriously. And this was definitely something that is just beyond anything he's ever done. I can't even specifically.
You think this
get
is
into
the best
why.
acting he's done?
I personally would say this is the best acting he's ever done. But for me, though, when you walk out of the movie, it's not him you're thinking about. It's Rosamund Pike, the wife, because she just destroys everybody in the film. Tyler Perry is incredible in the film. Surprisingly enough, he steps away from the Medea character.
Well, that's the only way I would ever see Tyler Perry's in Gone Girl. I've heard from a bad Baltimore accent, a bird whispered in my ear and said that Ben Affleck's hog is on display in the movie. Can you confirm?
Buddy of mine actually did that interview. His name is Josh Horowitz of MTV. So first time I saw it, I did not see it. Last night I saw it again, and you get it's a side angle of it. Yeah.
I think I saw a screen cap of it.
Yeah,
I think he's holding.
He's doing all right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, he walks into a shower, and
he's doing all
But
right.
why else would you show it off if you're not holding?
And he's totally in Batman shape. Like, he's all ripped up for Batman because he's shooting Batman right now in Detroit. But yeah, you definitely get a quick little side view.
He's counting cards too.
What about Neil Patrick Harris? Is he good in the movie?
He's amazing. I mean, dude, his character, Desi, if you read the book, is
Nobody
kinda...
here has read the book.
Okay, good. I didn't read the book either. So
We haven't read any books.
but dude, 10 million people have read the book, so it's not like we're talking.
Is the book the same title, Gone Girl?
Yeah, the author of the book wrote the screenplay. There was also a lot of speculation that she was going to change the ending. Everybody hates the ending of the book. I don't know why. I think from what I've seen in the movie, I like the ending a lot. It just people expect these like really nicely tied up movies, and it doesn't give you that. It just gives you realism, in my opinion. It's kind of hard to explain. You have to see it when you see it, but don't expect to walk out of the theater having every answer you ever
So you
wanted.
think this is
Of
better?
course, I knew that. Like, honestly, it's going to be one of those movies where you still have a question.
No. Jay, if you've read the book, you know what I mean. But you don't
Quit
walk
saying
away.
if you've read the book. None of us have read the book.
Yeah, you know answers, but it doesn't. I don't want to say anything. I'm going to leave it alone with that.
All right.
People are going to turn the
Hey,
radio
well,
off.
what's your official rating?
I give it a 5 out of 5. It's my second 5 out of 5 of the year. I've seen 95 movies. The first one I gave a 5 to was a movie called Boyhood. I saw my third 5 out of 5 this week actually as well, but I'll have to review that in a couple weeks. But
How did Ben like it
Damn.
when you gave him your Pearl Harbor ticket?
well, that was a wacky bit. See, the thing is, sometimes the stub bit works. I got him like third to last at the end of the day. I think he was just
the
tired.
stub. It didn't work. So tell us how it fell flat.
I think it was, I don't know. I pulled out my Armageddon stub, which was $3.75, and I handed it to him, and he flipped out about it. And then I pulled out my Pearl Harbor stub, which is one of the worst movies of all time. And I think,
That's why he didn't want to be reminded of that.
I know. I think he knows that. So the wacky bit this time is that the stub had never been used. I never tore it. So I had him tear it for me. It wasn't that good. It was okay.
Yeah.
Mediocre.
It's kind of a wacky.
Yeah, you
but
don't give him a ticket stub to a movie he probably regrets.
I know. Well, Jason, listen to me, man. I'm telling you.
Why not give him a stuff from Geely? That bomb was that with J-Lo?
That would have been.
While
Could you
you're at
imagine
it.
if I gave him a stub from Geely. Oh my
Big
God.
jerk.
Right, you dummy. So you
Yeah,
think it's
wacky.
better than The Drop? The Drop's the best movie I've seen this year.
Oh, it destroys the drop. Here's the thing. I'm telling you.
How's it destroy The Drop?
It's not even close. Like this movie is literally mind-blowing. Eric, you have not read the book. You're going to go in and you're going to experience it the way I did, and you are literally going to be. I was shaking at the end of the movie. I was shaking. I'm not
Well,
kidding.
yeah, but movies affect you differently. You're not normal that
I
way.
don't normally shake.
Did you have nerd tears?
No, it's one of those. It's like I said at the beginning of the review. It's a weird balance where you're petrified and you feel sick and disturbed, and then you're laughing at the
I
So
same
will
time.
who's
say
funny?
this.
Is it Doogie Howser that's funny in the movie?
No, the comedy comes from
Tyler
just
Perry?
the way the situation. No. It's more Affleck. I mean, it comes from the situation of how it's handled. So the movie really focuses on satirizing media and how media is always using murders and to get ratings, and this whole concept of that, and like it really is smart. It makes you think about how you consume media. It's like there's multiple layers, so you're not just enjoying the murder mystery, you're also kind of enjoying the satire on society. It's kind of
all right.
fascinating.
I got to see this. Do you experience this? I don't know. Maybe Jason does. When I saw The Drop, which again I think is the best movie I've seen so far, sometimes when I leave a theater, I'm so sort of transfixed by it. I'm so into it that it actually takes me a few minutes to kind of get back
Step
to
out.
reality, like to
Yes.
step out, because I'm locked in, and I'm looking at, like, I was leaving Bethesda Theater, and there was like construction guys everywhere, and I was actually having a moment. I was like, am I in this scene? Where am I? Do you know what I mean? Like, it was like a surreal walking back to my car.
It's almost like you put yourself in the movie.
Yeah, and like, are
You're
these
still
people,
in that set, yeah.
are they living a normal life, or am I in the set of the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you ever have that?
Yes.
That
means the movie was good.
Yeah.
That is the quintessential key that every director wants you to feel. Like, it's called suspension of disbelief. You literally sit there and you forget you're in a movie theater, and it's one of those things where it's hard to find, and Gone Girl definitely finds it. I get what you're saying. It happens to me a lot. I mean, it's happening.
Like, to reacclimate yourself to the real world takes a few minutes.
It's happening less and less today, though, because Hollywood is just rehashing all the same sequels and prequels and all that same garbage, and you have to kind of like go out of your way to find those movies. Like, you found The Drop. Drop is playing at a very limited release movie theaters, Eric. It's like you can't even find.
I know
that.
it bombed. Like, nobody saw it.
And that's the problem. Is that and one thing I was discussing earlier this week on the air is that the age of the movie star is over. I mean, you don't sell movie tickets on movie. I mean, unless you're Denzel Washington or DiCaprio, it's all about the prequels and the sequels and the based on books and everything like that. And that's why I feel like Hollywood is going wrong. That's why everyone's resorting to television, because TV is where the best writing is right now. I mean, True Detective and Breaking Bad and everything like that. So I think I totally get what you're saying. When you find that rare movie,
And you feel that with Gone Girl?
Oh my God!
How long is the movie?
You're that nerd.
It's 2 hours and 27 minutes.
That's
But
a long time.
here's the thing: I saw it for the second time last night, and I went into the theater thinking to myself, I love the movie, but am I going to be okay for another 2 hours and 30 minutes? And I knew what was going on, so I just sat there and kind of admired how it went down. And once, Jason, we'll talk next week on Friday after you see it, and we'll break down kind of where the brilliance of it is, because I can't even get into why the movie's good, really, because there's so much going on.
Break down the
Kevin, we gotta run.
brilliance.
By
All
the
right,
way,
we gotta
gotta
go.
go.
Gotta
I'm
go,
going to see
Kevin.
it either tonight or tomorrow night.
Kevin,
Lock.
thank you, Kevin.
All right, love you
Appreciate it.
guys.
All right,
Love you,
have a good
Kevin.
weekend.
All right,
Go
bye.
to nerdtears.com to check them out, or you can watch them on Fox and Friends,
You're
I believe,
that nerd.
later this hour. When we come back, we get back into the Nats, and we're opening up the calls to you. 800-636-1067. How are you feeling heading into Game 1 of this playoff series against the San Francisco Giants? Talking Nats next on The Fan.